Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to iTouch App Reviewers. In this video, I'm going to be going over a bunch of things from Nintendo's new game all the way through 2020 iPhones. So this is going to be a pretty jam-packed video, but before we get started, I do want to mention a few things. Now, previously in the past, month or so, I've been doing kind of single stories a day, maybe one or two, and YouTube really does not like to push those out. The algorithm favors longer videos. So I'm going to start doing, I think, more videos where I put a lot more information per video out there for you guys. I think that will obviously help you guys because you only have to click on one video to see everything you need. And it'll help our channel because this will get out to more people. So I'm going to try to make the videos still as concise as possible, but I'm going to cram more information into it. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, and hopefully YouTube's algorithm decides to push these out to more people. First off here, Nintendo's Dr. Mario World is launching on July 10th for iOS. This game looks absolutely terrible. It looks even worse than that Mario Run, which flopped pretty much. This game, I said this a couple years ago. When was it? Like 2016, maybe 2017. I said, anyone that's making a Connect 3 game, I will never, ever, ever review it or look into it. Obviously, I might do a video on this one just to show you guys how terrible it is, but it's probably going to be free with a bunch of in-app purchases. But man, Nintendo has so much, that they could do with really good games, and instead they make junk like this. I don't want to get copyright flagged because Nintendo's notorious for trying to copyright flag. But look, you drag a pill. It's kind of like a mix of Tetris and Candy Crush. It just looks so boring. Like, no one wants to play this. So anyways, that's coming, so I had to start this off with that. But now let's get into some more serious news. Data extraction company Cellebrite touts new software for cracking iPhones and iPads running up to iOS 12.3. So this is terrible news for pretty much everyone with an iPhone right now, because supposedly their tool can unlock any iPhone running iOS 12.3, and we're assuming this includes 12.3.1 and 12.3.2. Obviously does not include iOS 13 yet, but Cellebrite's been making these tools, and I mean, if they sell them to the government or police agencies, there's not much you can do about it. We're not sure how this one actually works yet, but once we find out how this works, we can think of ways to kind of mitigate it by maybe putting an alphanumeric passcode instead of just numbers, stuff like that. But time will tell with this one, so we're going to have to sit tight and just hope this doesn't get into the wrong hands, because obviously this could be used for very bad things, like if someone just steals a bunch of iPhones just to crack into them, that would be very bad. All right, next up, Apple has seeded the second beta of iOS 13 and iPadOS to developers. So this one is a little bit different. If you guys remember, I told you do not install the first one. That one was not over the air. This one actually is, which means if you are a developer and you installed the beta profile, you can update your phone to iOS 13 beta 2 straight over the air. Now, for those of us that aren't developers, if you wanted to go and get this right now, there are some websites that you can click on and it will download the profile onto your phone. Those are a little bit too sketchy for me. I'm not going to do that. I will wait for the public beta to go live. However, if you're impatient, you guys can go ahead and do that. So have at it if you want. But this second beta is actually a lot better in many ways. Here's some of the things that are new in it. It's got SMB server connectivity. So if you have your own NAS at home, you guys can connect to it, access your data from there, which is super awesome. APFS drives and files, downtime, syncs with Apple Watch now. Safari share sheet got updated. Notes checklists, map splash screen, no one really cares about that. New Animoji stickers, high key mono lighting, which is a new portrait mode lighting option on certain iPhones. I don't believe this will work on the iPhone 10. I'm not 100% sure, but it says 2018 iPhones and iPhone 10s from 2017. All right, portrait mode lighting slider, which is actually pretty cool. It allows you to adjust the intensity of the portrait mode lighting. That's a big plus. HomePod and Apple TV features, got some new stuff there, voice control and CarPlay. But overall, it is a solid update. It does fix some bugs, but still, I would not put this on a daily driver just yet. I personally would wait for iOS 13 public beta 1 at the earliest to put this on your daily driver. Now, a lot of people have been saying iOS 13 has been great. To be honest, I don't doubt them. There have been some major bugs with this, so might just be best to hold off. Now, let's talk about 2020 iPhones. Yes, we're skipping 2019 iPhones. Why are we skipping 2019 iPhones? Well, that's because they are boring. Everything that we are learning about this year's iPhones are boring, which really sucks because I've got an iPhone 10. I was hoping to upgrade this year. I honestly might not now. There might not be a reason for me to drop another $1,200 on a phone when I'm definitely getting the 2020 iPhone for probably another $1,200, $1,500. So it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if there's nothing new. As we learn more about the 2019 iPhones, I will of course let you guys know, but for now, it's kind of looking pretty boring. So 2020 iPhones, on the other hand, are looking pretty sweet. So if we scroll down here, from Kuo's research for TF International Securities, we expect the new 2020 iPhone will include the high-end 6.7-inch and 5.4-inch OLED iPhone models and the low-end 6.1-inch OLED iPhone. The 6.7 and 5.4-inch models will likely support 5G. Notice this is 2020, not 2019. Keep that in mind. We expect that the PA usage on each 5G phone will be 200% more than the current number for the iPhone models. Sole suppliers, including Broadcom for the designer, Win Semi manufacturer, are the significant winners in this case. We believe that the content of Apple and Qualcomm's previous settlement includes Qualcomm's release of partly 5G baseband chip source code to Apple for Apple's development of its own 5G. Now here is a little graphic that he included so you guys can see 2018 ones that we got. Here are the 2019 ones coming, and then the 2020 ones. I actually have some serious reservations about this because the 2019, this was a fine lineup, honestly. But the 2019 ones, this is also a fine lineup. But when you hit into 2020 and you're seeing a 6.7-inch OLED, which is pretty similar to this one. So they're thinking, no bezel, and I don't know, maybe they're just going to make a bigger phone. And then you got the 5.4-inch, which is like iPhone SE type size. Like this is smaller than the current iPhone 10. And then you've got the 6.1-inch OLED, which would be about the same size as the current iPhone 10R. It just doesn't make sense. Like, why would they switch this up? Because if this is really the lineup for 2020, I honestly don't know which one I'll get. I don't know. I might just skip it. I might just stick with 2019 because I don't like any of these sizes. I don't want to go to a smaller screen, and 6.7-inch is huge. And obviously, I'm not going to get a lesser version with no 5G support and all this other stuff that it's missing. So it just doesn't seem right. It's hard to believe Apple would fragment the sizes again, but we'll have to see. So looking at this actually makes the 2019 one seem pretty viable. But again, this is just the first of, a bunch of leaks, which I'm sure we'll get. And honestly, I'm not sure if I believe this one. It's hard to believe that Apple would do that, especially at this stage of the game, switching up the sizes again. Just doesn't seem right. So let me know your thoughts on this. And if you guys are planning on getting the 19 or 20, I'm not super thrilled about the 2019s, but if someone came up to me and told me this was true right now without any further information, I would buy the 2019 iPhone and stick with that because I don't like these sizes. But that's just me. Let me know your thoughts down below. That's all I got for this video, guys. If you liked it, hit it with a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.